I think Robey-Coleman's comments will have an impact on this game. I think he's hurt the Rams.
Okay, I remember when I retired, someone told me to always respect the mundane, respect the little things, because not everyone's lived that experience. So, Jason, I'm going to respect where you're coming from right now, but dang, man, if you think that someone is walking into this game not already filled to the brim, to the max in motivation, you think that words or something on a bulletin board or some fine print from Nickell, Robey-Coleman is going to do something to Tom Brady and others, you're highly mistaken. But let's just talk about that emotional advantage. I think it's with the Rams. I think the emotional advantage is with the Rams because even in the big moments, they're sticking true to their spirit and to their guns. If this is who you are, the slot god, you know what? When you're going against the GOAT, don't change who you are. And I like the fact that he is talking the same talk that has gotten them this far. But I just can't even fathom that this is going to do anything in New England's locker room in terms of motivation.
There's no better team at taking this motivation than the New England Patriots. They are the king at finding bulletin board material before games and putting it up there and finding a way to find that motivation to go out and win another football game. They somehow has been able this whole season to become the underdogs. How do you have that many Super Bowl and look at yourself as an underdog? They have taken the little bits and pieces of the media and what other players have said about them and put it up on the bulletin board and go out and win more football games. Now, the part I don't like is who it's coming from. If Aaron Donald said this, I'll be sitting back saying, yeah, dog, you good. You know, whatever. Slot guy. I mean, he's a good player. Don't get me wrong, but he's not somebody that plays all downs. He's not somebody that's going to travel with somebody's best wide receiver all the time. So if another guy had said this, I might have actually been okay with it, but you're not the one to say it.
Why is that?
Because you don't want to put...
It's who you are, though.
Yeah, that's who you are.
Yeah.
Right? That's who you are because you don't have to go and travel with another team's best wide receiver.
Fred X.
You get what I'm saying?
T.O. was on the same team with Fred X, and Fred X was running his mouth.
Yeah. And if T.O. ran, in that case, if T.O. ran his mouth, I'd be totally fine with it.
Freddie was balling that year.
This won't have any negative impact on the Rams. I mean, the Rams are who they are.
Will it have a positive impact on the Chiefs, on the Patriots? Go ahead.
I don't think it. Don't get me wrong. To your point, yes, the New England Patriots utilize anything for somehow, some way, some reason, motivate inside their locker room. They don't need any more, but if you throw some fuel on that fire, they will utilize it. And they master how to utilize it, but it won't change. After the first couple snaps, trust me, I'm not thinking about, oh, remember you said this? No, I got to focus on what I need to get done. Now, if I make a couple plays, I might throw it back in your face.
Right.
But when the ball is snapped, and when that whistle was blown and the clock starts ticking down, I'm not thinking, oh, I'm going to get him. I'm going to get him. No, I'm just going to do what I do, and hopefully we win, so then I can come back and be like, got you, boss.
But you're talking about once the game snaps. I'm talking about leading up to the game and the whole week of preparation and the focus and the energy it takes to get to the game. And, Marcellus, I'll say this. I really didn't truly buy this type of bulletin board deal until Michael Jordan's Hall of Fame speech. And how he talked about he looked for fuel anywhere and used anything, made up a story that he got cut from high school and had bitterness towards that coach. And again, there's something different about the Bradys, the Michael Jordans, and the people that pursue being the greatest of the greats. They're a little off.
You said he made up something, right? And you know what's funny about athletes? It's amazing when you're, like you said, in preparation, I'm going to be fully motivated. In the moment of truth, like you said, Greg, I got to lock in. We all know, like the jets fly over, whoo, national anthem, whether you standing or kneeling, whatever happens. All of a sudden, you hear that foot hit the leather, bulletin board material gone, everything. And Michael Jordan said, yeah, I made up a story to even get me motivated. It's amazing that the content of what prepares us has to have a story. So then after the fact, like you said, you make a few plays, you start to make the story happen. Oh, remember you said this? But guess what? Even if you didn't say that, right? In that moment, I still was going to be looking at you like, boy, you can't deal with me. Yeah. So all I'm saying is I'm going to get to the same place whether you give me a story with it or not. And Tom Brady doesn't need your story.
Why are they on the sidelines talking about it? Why after the game is Tom Brady mocking the people that doubted him? This guy uses this kind of fuel. Y'all keep saying once the game snaps, they're going to forget. When I watched dude, they talking about it on the
But he's been
sideline.
favored in so many games, so many Super Bowls. So what was the story then? It wasn't underdog. It wasn't y'all talking about me.
Every year. Every year they had one.
But the
When
point
they
is,
played
it
the
changes.
Rams the first time, remember they came out as a whole group team, and oh my God, this is the greatest.
But that
show
wasn't
on
Tom Brady
AstroTurf. Again,
What about when they were?
he uses the same fool. And when you talk about mundane, this is this dude's 9th Super Bowl.
Yes.
And he has to, because it is mundane to him. This is his 9th. He has to
Find
use
something.
little things.
But if you
keep his
always
edge.
finding something, then doesn't that mean to you that he doesn't need anything? He will find something within himself and then attach it to what's
give it
out
to
there.
him?
What you mean? He already has it in him.
But he did give it to him, and it shows you when Robey, the second time he came around and the cameras came in his face, what did he do? He backtracked. Because I think that someone told him when he finally realized, I just took a shot at the goal. I just took a shot at the Patriots, and I put my whole team on the... See, this is what happens when you make these comments as a player. It's not just about you anymore. Now what's going to happen is when the camera get put in one of your teammates' face, they're going to ask a question about what Robey said. Hey, man, he said he's going to come out Tom Brady old and he can't do this anymore. Now you're putting your teammates and everybody else in jeopardy, and they're going to back you up and ride with you. But at the same time, you jumped out there. You made a comment that now you got to backtrack on because now you're putting your team in jeopardy.
No, you don't.
But he did.
Malcolm Jenkins, Lane Johnson, Alshon Jeffrey last year.
Players.
Exactly.
All
But
players.
you know what?
All players.
They could have played. They
not
could
the
have played.
slot gods.
But they could have played bad and still would have been out there saying that.
But that's huge. And I think I said this earlier on Undisputed, and you make a great point. It really matters who says it. Because when Jimmy Johnson from the Dallas Cowboys, their head coach, wrote that check, that team cashed it because they felt like this is our head coach. If Aaron Donald came out and said this, if Jared Goff came out, it's a different delivery. It's a different approach from the team now. This is our guy. They're not looking at Nickell Robey-Coleman as this is one of our leaders on our. I guarantee
Okay, you giving me story, give me measurables. So if Nickell Robey says something, where's your motivation? Is it going to be less or is it going to be more or is it going to be the same? Versus if Aaron Donald says it. You're really trying to tell me that a team is going to have a different emotional involvement based on, our leader said go and get it? You're not already at the max? You're not already in the
it may not. This is the thing. It may not be you. It may not. I may not need that extra motivation. But somebody else on our roster, of course. Aaron Donald speak. Oh, I'm listening. Nickell Robey speak. I'm not gonna listen as much.
In the Super Bowl against the Patriots.
Marcellus, here's the issue why you can't understand it. You don't believe in 110%.
Nah, it doesn't.
I do.
Okay.
I do. I do think there's another level you can go to. Because I can remember, I thought I worked hard in high school. Then my college coach was like, no, let me redefine to you what working hard is. And it's like, hell, I didn't even know this existed. And when I left, I still didn't know it existed. That's why I wasn't a great player. I saw others that knew, no, there's another level to this. And when I look at Brady, when I look at Michael Jordan, and then, I'm telling you, when Michael Jordan said it, it made me realize something about myself as a sports writer, something I was extremely obsessed with and passionate about. Man, anybody that ever said a negative thing about me as a sports, I think about and thought about them every day.
Yeah.
And that was my fuel. And I went and looked for it. And this person here don't like me. I could right now, I could go down a whole list of people that said ignorant things about me as a sports writer, and I still remember. And it was my fuel to be a great sports writer. There's a whole different level to this.
But
there is 110%.
Be careful how you term that because what you thought was 100% probably was 88. And you sitting around, walking around, talking, I'm 100%. And then when somebody challenges you, you go to 90 and think you 110. Bruh, I'm just telling you, your potential, your max is your max.
I'll go with your explanation then.
Yeah.
And so Brady has figured out a way to go, damn, I was given 90. Now they're getting 91 out of me, 92, 93. And these other guys, Nickell Robey-Coleman, he's given 73 and thinks he's given 100.
Do we not understand? The simple math is one team's going to win, one team's going to lose, right? So it's not 50-50, but one team is going to smile, one team's going to frown.
Yeah.
You going out there talking, I don't know how many plays talking makes. In moments of truth like this, please explain to me. I've never heard you say something to me. You know what's on the line? Legacy. The fact that you could be a champion, the accolades, the money, the pride, and then a stranger comment from somebody who I'm already trying to destroy is going to get me amped up more?
If it was another team that he came out and said that against, I would say this. A wide receiver, tight end, or somebody will be looking to do something to him personally, right? Oh, yeah, I'm going to go out and, he's standing around the power too long. I'm going to go do something, hit him later, whatever it's going to be. Because you said this to the Patriots and they do everything so team-oriented, you just put them on a whole nother platform to go out and get ready to play you. That's all I'm saying. They've made a career out of doing this. The only reason why I'm saying is because from what I hear in 2006, I don't know if you remember when they came out and they did it in a playoff game and everybody was doing lights out dance right after the game, the whole team.
Yeah.
From what I heard, they were talking about that before. It's the reason why the entire team was doing it, not three guys. So what I'm saying is they saw that every time I had a sack or a big hit or a play, that was talked about as a team. So you don't want to do anything to encourage these guys. I'm not saying you go and do anything different. I'm not saying you change or be a different person. But what I'm saying is if you jump out there and you make those kind of comments and you're not the guy who can back it up, you're going to be in trouble.
We don't even have to go that deep. If you play basketball or you try to.
It ain't that.
But my point is, if you went to one of these gyms around here locally and somebody just said, oh, Marcellus here, oh, I'm about to smash on Marcellus, it may shift your entire approach. You may just be going there to just get a good run. But now all of a sudden, I'm going to give him a little bit more.
Yeah, all that's true, but Charles Oakley ain't going to come out of me. I'm going to still be the bum Marcellus Wiley on the court trying harder. That's all that's going to be.
Let me give you a different example. Let me give you a different. There's a reason why the Patriots handle their business better than others, and I think it's part of this. Eugene Robinson, he was playing in the ultimate Super Bowl, but he still went out tricking before the Super Bowl and got in trouble. And so, again, everybody's focus isn't the same just because it's a Super Bowl. Eugene Robinson thought he was giving 100%. And then they put the cuffs on him. Whole different story.
Lost it all for that 2% milk. He was going to get that milk.
So again, I'm just telling you, why give the Patriots, with the Super Bowl's meant this 9th time, why give them anything that just puts them on edge?
Please give me this one. This example, 07, undefeated Patriots. Plaxico Burress went out there and said, we beating them. Went out there and said it.
Plax.
But Plax ain't the
exactly.
team. And Plax backed it up. How do we know that Nickell can't back it up? So in this moment.
Because he's Nickell Robey-Smith, or Robey-Coleman. We never heard of him until he hit the guy late last week or pass interference. Slot guy.
Y'all playing with scared money. I get it. A lot of people, a lot of it's fear-based. Oh, man, don't say something because look how he's going to respond to it. I want your best. I want Tom Brady to go out there and light it up against me if I'm a true believer in me and my team. I'm not going to say, oh, I hope I
want him slipping.
I want to make him slip. I'm not going to sit there in fear and hope my words butters him to a point where he's not his greatness. That's where I'm a little distant from that kind of motivation.